Hi beautiful light warriors, I hope you guys had an incredible portal. So right now we're still probably feeling the effects of the eclipse, the full moon, and the Sirius portal. And even if you're watching this recording, you're still going to get benefit from learning what these amazing starseeds have shared with us these past few days. So hey everyone, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm in Santa Monica, California, so let me know in the chat or in the comments where you're tuning in from. I love to see how many starseeds we have all over the world, so I always get excited to see where you guys are coming from. Hey Zule, that's awesome. We have people from Australia. I love that. So this portal was super intense. It's still open. The portal is going to be open until July 7th, but it's also going to open from July 2023, 24, 25, and 26. So, you know, we can still leverage this powerful energy. So you may have been getting some stomach aches. You may have been having trouble sleeping. I know I have. I never have trouble sleeping, but the energy is just so intense and there's so much electricity in the air that it's just so hard to fall asleep. And there's also so many messages coming in as well. So hey Virginia, so what have you guys been feeling too? I'm curious. Let me know in the chat. What kind of ascension symptoms have you been feeling? And especially during this portal, the Sirius portal was very much about the stomach. So if you've had stomach cramps or stomach aches, headaches, also trouble sleeping, or just having super vivid dreams, that's a big one as well. Also, you might have been feeling super tired, and don't worry, it's not you. It's not like there's something wrong with your energy. Just the energy is just so intense right now that we really need to rest. And the most important things right now that we need to be doing is, number one, drinking a lot of water, and number two is resting. You have to rest because all of these intense activations are coming in, and in order for your body to really anchor this energy into your cells, so in order for this energy not to dissipate and just leave once the portal's over, you need to make sure that you're resting, because that's going to allow your body to integrate the activations that have been coming in. So there's just so many things that are happening right now. Someone is saying that they're having neck pain and back pain. Yes, the back pain is also something that they sort of, the Sirians have been affecting. So what I've connected the back pain. So let me know in the chat if you have been experiencing soreness in your back, or like just body. Someone's Zule is saying that she's having random body aches. So if you're having back aches or random body aches, those are activations. It's sort of like the toxicity is leaving your body, and whenever something leaves your body, it causes this this shake, this vibration to leave your body. And so that once that energy leaves your body, it feels kind of sore or tight. So definitely if you're feeling lower back pain or just soreness or stiffness or tightness, just breathe into that area. I would recommend that you breathe in gold light. So breathe in gold light and send the breath and the light into that area of your body, because what it is, it's also new chakras are opening up right now. So you hear about all these portals, and you hear me talk, there's a portal this week, there's a portal this week, there's a portal next month. And the reason why it's like there really are these many portals right now, that's what this whole great awakening is about. That's what this whole ascension process is about. It's really just so many different things. So this is how do you breathe in colored light. So what you can do is go to our YouTube. We have so many powerful meditations that guide you to work with alchemy to do this healing for your body and for your cells. So basically, there's so many portals coming in, and the reason why there's all these energies because we're ending a 26,000-year-old cycle. And so and we also just had the full moon, the eclipse, and the Sirius portal. So that's three big energies right there. That's three big energies. Also, this was the final eclipse of 3 eclipses. So there you see the number 3 again. And 3 is a very powerful number in alchemy, and you'll keep seeing it over and over again because it's a very amplifying, very powerful number. So with this change of cycles that we're going through, we're ending a 26,000-year-old cycle. And so that's why when these activations, that's why there's so many portals, because energy that hasn't been available to us for thousands of years, for decades, is now becoming available to us. Now we have a stellar gateway chakra that we can open. We have a earth star chakra that we can open. And so what the lower back pain, what I'm connecting it to is the fact that, we have the earth star chakra, which is below the root chakra, but it's also connected to your energetic body. I mean, it may not be in your physical body, but your energetic body and your physical body are deeply intertwined and connected. That's why working with your chakras, making sure that they're balanced and that they're cleansed and that they're, activated and open, that's what is going to help you to ensure that you stay healthy, and you stay healthy throughout the changes that are coming. There are so many changes that we're going to see in our planet regarding the sun, regarding the air. The air and the sun are changing right now, and unfortunately it's going to affect a lot of people in not the most fun ways, but this is why we have to work with this energy, because we need to share this information with people so that they can enjoy it. And they don't have to deal with the growing pains of ascension. So ascension, we can go through it two ways. One, it can either be super difficult and we can have a bunch of headaches and just have trouble sleeping, have trouble digesting our food, or another way is to go through it very smooth, in a very graceful way. And that's so what the Sirians were, the information that was downloaded these past few days from the Sirians, is all about ascension. How do we move through ascension? How do we move through our evolution in the most smooth and graceful way possible? And so I'm excited to share that information with you guys, because it was just so much wisdom. So let's jump into it. So I'm going to be sharing information about the Syrian star system. So for those of you who are not familiar with Sirius, we're all connected to Sirius. Why? Because Sirius is the closest star to our Earth. And so the Sirius star, the constellation, the star system, actually grows, it glows brighter, 23 times brighter than our actual sun. So right now, why is this portal open? Because the first week of July, the Sirius star system is as its closest location to the Earth. That's why it's affecting us so much. And the sun is at its furthest distance. So that's why you've been getting headaches, backaches, etc., etc. Okay, so with Sirius is also considered the spiritual sun. So it nourishes our spirit and our soul. And that's why we've been getting so many activations lately. And I know sometimes it's overwhelming, but I'm going to share tips with you to make sure that you don't get headaches, to make sure that you don't get stomach aches, to make sure that you have good quality sleep, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm going to share the tips with you guys that they also shared. Okay, so one of the things that is very important to also know is that the Syrian beings, they were deeply connected to humans on Earth, and they were involved with the experiment to create humans. So all of you watching this, you are all starseeds. You are all starseeds. What a starseed means is basically you are basically a morph between a star being and a human. And so we have dormant DNA that's waking up right now. And so it doesn't matter whether you consider yourself Pleiadian, Lyran, Arcturian, Syrian, Venusian. It doesn't matter what you consider your Andromedan. It doesn't matter, because you still have their DNA inside of you. So with the great human experiment, and if you guys don't know that, I'll explain it very quickly. So our history books are completely, very, they're missing a lot of information. So there was actually another Earth, okay? So basically, there was many civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria before, sort of like, we heard about the Mesopotamian and Mesopotamian civilizations. So basically, when the aliens came to Earth, they were like, okay, there was an experiment. So they injected us with all of their DNAs. So there's 12 strands of DNA. So there's like 12 main star systems. And then they formed the Galactic Council. And during this period of ascension, Earth, our Mother Earth, our collective, is finally rising up to the 5th dimension with them. So most of them have already gone through ascension. All of them have actually gone through ascension. And so we're going through that process right now. That's why you see so many UFOs sightings. There's UFO sightings every single week all over the world. Why? Because the aliens, the UFOs, the starseeds are coming back to help us through this ascension process. And so what's happening is that when they were messing with our DNA, they wanted to make sure that we wouldn't hate any other starseed races, because there were galactic wars. Like, I mean, there were crazy wars happening in the cosmos, and to some extent they're still happening, and they're happening on our planet right now as well. I'm not going to get into that because that's a can of worms, but we can talk about that in another video. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. So someone said they can't hear anything. Are you guys able to hear me? Can you let me know in the chat? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. But basically, what with the 12 strands of DNA that we have, that's why we're connected to the Lyrans, the Andromedans, all even the Draconians. We have Draconian like DNA, gray DNA inside of us. You know, the alien races that we call bad. So we have all their DNA inside of us, and the reason why they did that is because they wanted to see if humanity could be really like the experiment gone right. Like, could we really achieve this harmonious balance between all aspects of ourselves? And so that's also what this eclipse was about. This eclipse was about shining light on the shadow, so our shadow self. Okay, so there's like just so much information, but I want to start off with something that they gave me because it was just absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm actually going to draw for you guys, because so for the Sirians, they're very advanced spiritual beings, and they also have super advanced technology. So if you have been seeing pyramids or sacred geometry like this, if you have been seeing sacred geometry like that in your meditations, it's because you're likely connecting to the Sirians, because they definitely work with sacred geometry. They work with crystals, so I'm definitely wearing my crystals. I'm keeping my crystals in my pockets to keep me grounded, and it's very important that we stay grounded right now, because again, there's so many activations. So I love Shungai, I love black tourmaline, so definitely keep yourself grounded, exercise, eat, dance, do some type of activity. Definitely keep yourself grounded, because there's so many activations. So the Sirians, they connect with crystals, they connect with sound. Sound is very, very powerful, and they also have light language. All of the starseeds have light language, and the Sirians really work with sound frequencies. So over the next few days, if you can do some chanting, I would recommend, go and like test out different sounds that you like. So just hum a low pitch, then hum a high pitch, then hum, an in-between pitch, and just see which frequency resonates with you the most, because that's another way to communicate with them. And when you think about humming, like I was doing a meditation today where I was doing light language, and the starting point of light language is if you just start doing a one like tone, just one flat tone. When I was doing that flat tone, what I saw was basically this. So this is what I saw today. I know I'm an amazing artist. So this is what I saw today. It's basically, imagine if you're throwing a rock and you're making it skip in the pond. You see a bunch of ripples. So that's basically what I saw. These are supposed to be ripples. They're supposed to be circles. And if you think about the dolphins are very involved with the Sirians and the whales also. So now is a really good time to connect with dolphins and whales in your meditations. Ask them to give you access to your Akashic records. Ask them to give you their joy, their wisdom, their transmissions, because they're such highly intelligent beings. Whales and dolphins are so beautiful. They have such a high frequency that they can transmit to you. So much healing that they can give you. So when you think about dolphins and whales, what do they use to communicate? They use sonar, right? So they're sending out these frequencies. They're sending out these sort of waves. And so whales and dolphins are sending out these frequencies, and that's how this sort of chanting and sound healing is going to help you. You'll use this sonar waves that you're creating with your own frequency, and that's the most powerful when you actually create the sound. So when you do this, you can also communicate with them. That's another really, really amazing thing. And also, please remember to drink water. Water is so, so, so important. Someone said they love my Frida painting in the back. I also have Frida earrings on today, paying homage to her. Today is Frida Kahlo's birthday. If you don't know who Frida Kahlo is, she's an amazing artist, like pioneer. She was a starseed in her age. Like, she really was. She was a starseed in the 40s. She was just so ahead of her time. So people are saying that they watched dolphin movies yesterday and they were thinking about dolphins. That's really beautiful. And someone said, my daughter told me she dreamt of an ocean last night and there was a beautiful whale. Yeah, that's you see. And also kids are the biggest psychics. Like, kids are so in tune with everything. So are cats and dogs, by the way. So I posted a poll and I asked you guys, do you feel like your cats are being more affectionate? Do you feel like they're purring more? They're becoming closer to you? And and I think it was around like 82% said yes. And why? Because cats are connected to Sirius, this star system. Why? Because Sirius is connected to the Mayans and to the Egyptians and to the Incas. So if you go look at the Inca, the Mayan, the Egyptian empires, they all had pyramids. They created these pyramids with the help of the starseeds, because these pyramids, I love pyramids so much. So these pyramids are actually channeling information, and so they're a way to communicate with the starseeds on Earth, and to the stars. So that's why they used pyramids, and that's why there were pyramids back in the day. And so the reason why your cats are becoming closer to you is because the cats actually were treated as gods in Egypt. So if you go to Greece today, or Egypt, if you go to Greece or Egypt today, you will see cats roaming the streets everywhere. Why? Because cats were treated as gods, and they were not allowed to be killed. And the Egyptians also believed that cats basically were the gatekeepers of the portals. And so cats, and if you look at the Sphinx as well in Egypt, the Sphinx where the Giza pyramid structure is, the Sphinx is also a lioness face, right? With yeah, and it's like the lion body with the human pharaoh's face. So that's really, really awesome. Okay, so that was one thing. Okay, but now I'm gonna get to the real good stuff. And then at the end, like, I'll answer your questions, and I'm also gonna ask you guys what messages you guys got, because all of us are getting messages. So let me know, what messages you're also getting in the comments. So this, I'm gonna break it down to you basically how they broke it down for me, and they're like literally so freaking smart. Okay, so we were all just talking about pyramids, and pyramids are such basic shapes. They're such basic shapes, but they're so powerful. Actually, if you look at my Sri Yantra here, this is a Sri Yantra that I painted, and this Sri Yantra is actually 9 interlocking triangles. So if you look at it, these are 9 interlocking triangles. So it's 5 triangles pointing down towards Mother Earth, the divine feminine, towards the earth, and then 4 triangles pointing upwards towards the divine father, the heavens, and the divine masculine. And then the center point here, the center point is where they meet in perfect harmony. The center point is where they meet in perfect harmony. And so that's called, uniting your divine Shiva and Shakti, which we all have inside of us. Okay, so then we have this pyramid. And so the way that they were describing it is, here's the mind. Well, actually, the top part is the spirit. Okay, so we have the spirit, right? What's the Holy Trinity? The spirit, the body, and the mind. So we have the body. I don't know if you guys can read that. That's a spirit. We have the spirit, the body, and the mind. Okay, so we have the mind, the body, and the spirit. I hope you guys can read that. But basically, what they were trying to show us is that, you know, when you have this pyramid structure, you have 3 focus points. From these 3 focus points is where you can really channel a lot of energy. And I'm getting really hot right now, so there's like some beings here who are trying to give more messages. But basically, you have the mind, body, and spirit. And when these are perfectly aligned, that's when you achieve, you know, you channel a lot of energy. Okay? Now, the other shape that I saw is this. Okay? Wow, that was really perfect. That's like the only shape I was able to draw perfectly. Okay, so we have this spiral. Now, when you look at the spiral represents the time continuum. So we all know that time doesn't really exist. Time is very relative. Einstein even had equations for that to explain that time, you know, it's not set. Time is very relative. So it's relative to a lot of different things. And so with the spiral is like time is actually a loop. So you heard me explain that the past, the present, and the future are happening at the same time. And this is exactly why. But when we also look at the spiral, you can see that first your soul is incarnated. Your soul gets reincarnated here. And then you become a child, so then you come out to this, and then you become a teenager and you come out here, and then you become an adult. And then we all transform through death and cross the veil and leave our spirits, or leave our bodies, but we continue to keep our spirits. Okay, so this is just a progression of life. Do you see? It's a cycle of life. Okay, so that's what they were trying to show. Okay, and now I'm going to explain to you, and I wrote this down because it was just so much wisdom. So basically, the way that we're going to move through Ascension in the most smooth and graceful and enjoyable way is if we really harness that power. Okay, so by the way, I saw this symbol with the spiral and the pyramid in between. I saw this in a temple in Sirius. So I astral projected to Sirius with honey, and we went on a trip together, and I was taken to a temple, and that's where I saw this shape. I saw this shape in one of the walls. Okay, and it's really interesting because one of my clients messaged me today, and she was like, "Wow, I saw this yesterday when I was in a ceremony with some other person." So this is what this symbol represents, the triangle with the spiral in between. Okay, so this is a symbol that represents the spiral of life and evolution. So through the mind, body, and spirit, we can achieve perfect balance. And you can only achieve this perfect balance between the mind, body, and spirit when you go to the center point. So you have to go inside to achieve that perfect balance between those 3 areas, the Holy Trinity. So when the center point, so when you come to the center point, when you find your perfect balance between your mind, your body, and your spirit, then more spirals will basically be created around this. So more spirals will start to be created. Yes, the void, you're totally right, it's the void. So when you basically, once you do that, once you go to the center, you create more of the spirals, and eventually we end up creating this. You know, we end up creating sacred geometry. So this is a Sri yantra. But then when you also look at the flower of life, so I have the flower of life here. When you guys look at the flower of life inside of this pyramid, this flower of life inside is just a bunch of concentric repeating circles. And so when we go inside, and we that's where we can continue to replicate this perfect harmony, and you really illuminate and expand. So our goal is always to return to the center point. This is the origin, the source point of consciousness, and that source point is unconditional love. The 0 point field, that's the void of creation. So when you want to manifest, the biggest way for you to manifest is for you to perfectly align your mind, body, and spirit. And then you'll be able to enter this you can think about it as basically a black hole, but the void where you can create anything. And so to create we must destroy. So in order for you to manifest, in order for you to access the 0 point field of consciousness, in order for you to go through ascension in the easiest way possible, and not just to the 5th dimension, in order for you to get to the 8th dimension. The 8th dimension is what really connects everything. Absolutely every living organism is connected through the 8th dimension. So it's all the way past the 5th dimension. So to create, we must destroy the stories and detach from the stories the labels that we gave ourselves and that others have placed on us. So you really have to return to the whole, and that source of illumination, it allows the light to glow from within. So basically, as humans, we've been really very much in the mind for the past 26,000 years. We've been so stuck in our minds. We're like, oh, someone taught me to be a woman. Someone taught me to like men. Someone taught me to go to school and think of myself as a doctor, as a lawyer, etc., etc. Someone taught me to be a daughter. Someone taught me to be ladylike, or like whatever it is. All the labels that you have placed on yourself, all the labels that society, your parents, your culture has placed on you, those are actually very limiting, and they're preventing you from creating that perfect balance and harmony. So it's really that we have to let go of those labels, and once you let go of those labels and let go of the stories that you created, like I think I'm a woman because XYZ, like whatever story that you have created for yourself. I think I'm a starseed because XYZ. Even starseeds, that's a story as well, to be honest. It's a collective story that we've all created, and that's why we've manifested it to be real, because we really we went into that space where we created a story to manifest it to be real. And so once you let go of the labels and let go of the stories, you slowly start to bring the mind back, and then you can balance it by connecting with your spirit. But you cannot just connect with the spirit, because ascension is about taking your spirit and your body through the 5th dimension. That's why you're getting headaches. That's why you're getting stomach aches. That's why you're getting backaches, because ascension is not just spiritual, because we have to think about this perfect balance. It's also about the body. So nourish your body with water. Like, drink very clean water. Please don't drink tap water. Tap water has chloride, fluoride, like so many horrible things that you don't need. Just go buy a filter, invest in your health, okay? And then also invest in clean food. That's so important. Like, this is your gorgeous temple, and you need to nourish it. There's 1 in 400 trillion chance that you were gifted this life. Being a human is even better than being a spirit guide or an angel. Yes, angels can fly and do all of those things and can go through different dimensions, but only as humans can we go through this ascension process. Why? Because we as humans have bodies and we have emotions, and emotions in our physical bodies allow us to go through ascension. Without our body, without our emotions, we cannot move through ascension. Okay, so that's very important. Can you drink tea? Yes, you can drink tea. Bless your tea for sure. So that's one thing, okay? But then they literally have a lot of information. But okay, I just want to share some other things that they explained. So basically, they said that the show is here. The time is upon. The stars aligned for you. So when we talk about this 26,000-year-old cycle that just ended, and when we talk about the age of Aquarius, this golden age, this new earth, this new age that everyone keeps talking about, this great awakening, the stars aligned for us. We were the chosen one to reincarnate in human bodies. It's so difficult. You just heard me explain. It's so difficult to reincarnate in a human body. It's 1 in 400 trillion chance. So you are here for a reason, and you're here to create this perfect alignment. Not just think about your mind, but also think about your spirit and your body. Okay, so then they go on to say the movement of the stars shows you the path. So I think this is this is very much connected to astrology. So if we look at the movement of the stars, it's going to show us the path of what's going to happen next. Because we move from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, right? And so we have that transition of shifts in the collective field and also in our planet's field. Just like you have a heartbeat, you have a memory, Mother Earth also has a heartbeat. It's called the Schumann resonance, and she also has like a memory field. You know, this is stuck in her soil, in her water, like, and it's and this is why we have to really work with the earth and heal the Mother Earth in order for us to ascend as well. That's a separate piece to it though. Okay, so together in harmony, they'll sing to freedom. And then the word sovereign. They just gave me the word sovereign. So we really need to declare our sovereignty right now. You are a sovereign being. I'm just here sharing information with you. I'm not here for you to praise me. If you praise me, you're really praising yourself, because I am me and you are me and I am you. You know, we're the same being. We're all one. And so you really need to declare your sovereignty. Stop looking for someone for answers. Stop looking, outside of you for answers. Stop looking for books and articles to read and Instagram posts. Stop looking for videos to look within the center point, and that's where you're going to find all your answers. And that's where the key to ascension is. That's where this key to perfect harmony, to access the void of creation, to access the 0 point field. That's how you're going to do it, by tuning within. Okay, and then it's saying, watching you rise in harmony and in truth. The dawn is here, and it's your turn to shine. So open up that door and walk through. So basically, the aliens, the UFOs, the starseeds, the extraterrestrials, they're all here to help us through this ascension process, but only we can make the conscious choice to walk through that door. It's your choice whether you want to move through ascension. Look at all the people asleep right now. Look at all the corruption that is so clear, and so many people are still asleep. It's a choice. We cannot save anybody. The only persons we can save is ourselves. We cannot change anybody. The only person we can change is ourselves. Once you change yourself, once you save yourself, once you put that oxygen mask first and then you put it on other people, that's how we're really going to move through this ascension process as a collective. And it has to happen collectively. It's not like we're going to forget all the people who are asleep right now, who are watching TV right now and thinking everything that's coming from the media is true. Like, it's not like, we're going to throw shade on them and we're going to be like, all right, bye. We told you guys for so long and you guys never got the message. So bye. We're leaving you and we're going to the stars. That's not how this is going to work. It's really a soul family. It's really all of us going together. So it's definitely your choice to open up that door and to walk in. Okay, that's so important. Okay, so another really beautiful message was that the truth is freedom. So whatever truth that you find inside of you, remember, it's not going to come out. That's what's going to give you freedom. And when we look at the full moon, the eclipse, and the Sirius portal that just happened, it just happened during 4th of July. So during the 4th of July, it's American Independence Day. America was founded on the basis of liberty, right? It was the real values of the United States of America is based on freedom and on liberty. And so we are returning back to that freedom. Right now, our freedoms are being challenged. Why? So that we can become aware, so that the people who are asleep can become aware. Not everyone has gone through their dark night of the soul. So as a collective, we're being forced to go through the dark night of the soul to awaken and think about your own spiritual journey. How did you get into exploring your spirit? How did you get into exploring your spirit? It's likely that you had something horrible happen to you. Like I personally, I had suicidal thoughts, I had anxiety, I had depression, I had insomnia, all these horrible things, and that's what really pushed me and woke me up to really delve into and focus on my spirituality. And it's a balance. It's not just about spirituality, it's also about the mind, and you using your discernment, being logical about who is telling you the truth, being logical about, is this empowering for me? Being logical about the things that you're doing and saying, okay? That's very important. And you also have to take care of your body. So, we can't just float out of the top of our heads and just go to the fifth dimension. No, you have to take your body there. You definitely have that. So, so much information. Okay, so that it's saying purge the illusion. Purge the illusion. So a lot of the things that it was covering was like, we really need to purge all the labels that people have given us and we have given ourselves, all the lies that society has fed us and we have fed ourselves. And that's what's happening right now. We're literally, Kalima told us this a few weeks ago. We're going through a purge with this COVID situation, with the political situation, with the economic situation. We're seeing the corruption. Like right now what the US is doing, they're literally printing dollar bills like it's, the US dollar is no longer backed by gold. And so now what the Fed is doing is they're literally printing money out like it's nobody's business. Like there's literally billions of dollars being printed every single day since like this whole COVID situation started to keep the economy afloat. And that's gonna become, we're gonna shine the light on that in September, October, and November. With the retrograde ending, we're gonna see the illusion come up to the surface, and that's where the collective is really gonna wake up. So it's really, you have to purge from the illusions. What illusions have you what illusions have you created as a story for yourself? What illusions do you use subconsciously that you're not even aware about? So right now you need to really shine light in your subconscious mind. Shine light on whatever things you're thinking and feeling. If you feel like, oh, I feel fat, oh, I feel ugly, are you feeling fat and ugly because since you were a child, society has been showing you that beauty is a thin like woman with a bunch of makeup, or a buff guy with like a huge beard and a Lamborghini? Is that why you're feeling fat and ugly? Because you were taught there's only one way to be beautiful, only one perfect body? You have to really right now get rid of all of the illusions and just purge yourself out of that. Okay, that's very important. Okay, so this is also important. You heard me talk about, like, I've been talking about it for a few lives now, that the fall, this autumn that's coming up, it's going to be a challenging time for our ascension process. And it's because the people who are asleep right now, they need to wake up. And we've been trying to wake them up in really subtle ways. We've been trying to be like, hey, look at this. But now the clock is ticking. We have limited time for ascension, but at the same time, I don't want you to feel pressured by it, because it's also, time is not relevant, but at the collective scale, because we say we have time, we do have time. So that's where it gets nuanced. So basically, in the fall, crazy stuff is gonna happen. We have Mars going into retrograde in Aries, and that's gonna cause a lot of chaos, destruction, like shit is gonna go down basically. And in order for you to remain like calm in the midst of that chaos, you need to find stillness within. That's what it's saying. Find stillness within, find the truth within. And I can't even read my own handwriting. Sorry guys. I cannot read my own handwriting. So just in order for us to deal with the chaos that's gonna happen in the fall, we need to go within, and we really need to sit with that stillness. Because even though the world might be falling apart, COVID was just one version of it. We're going through another round of crazy stuff. So when that's happening, all that crazy stuff is happening in the world, and the world is like going through some crazy stuff, you need to be very centered. Remember, you need to be very aligned with your spirit, your mind, and your body. okay? The emotions are connected to the spirit, okay? Why are the emotions connected to the spirit? Because our emotions come from our heart space. Our heart space, our heart chakra, is the most important chakra. Everyone talks about the third eye chakra, and it annoys me because really the place of your discernment, the place where you're going to get all the amazing information, like stuff like this, is from your heart space, okay? That's how beings communicate with you. They don't use words, they don't use visuals, because they don't have forms. Aliens, angels, gods and goddesses don't have bodies. They just appear to people with bodies because that's how we'll know it's them. But they're really just pure light. They're pure unconditional love, okay? So just remember to keep still, and in that stillness, that's how you're going to deal with all that crazy stuff that's going to happen. So I mean, there's other more things. Okay, let me see. So it's saying in the stillness, in the space of stillness that you're going to create for yourself when you go within, that's where you're going to find light. That's where you're going to shine light for yourself. You're going to shine clarity. You're going to shine abundance. You're going to shine safety. You're going to shine love for yourself, for your own personal path, but also for the collective. Like, people are going to lose their shit in the fall when stuff starts to go down, and we as awakened ones, we have to go help them. We need to go take care of them, because this is a collective ascension process. So get your tissues out, everybody. People are gonna start calling you up nonstop because they're gonna look to you, because you already know all this information. And I'm just here reminding you of everything you already know. Everything you already know is in your heart space. Everything you already know is in your third eye. I'm just here to remind you of all of that. We're here to awaken each other. And that's why these spaces of communion and of connection is so important right now. Why do you think we're in quarantine? Because they don't want us to be together. Why do you think they don't want us to give hugs? Because that's such a powerful way to release oxytocin and boost your immune system and boost your happiness. When people are sad, when people are confused, when people are depressed, when people are anxious, when people are in anxiety, that's when they are easily controlled. Okay? What you need to do is, we all need to go find that center space and be in our power. This is your power, your center of stillness inside of yourself. And no one will be able to touch you. No being, no politician, no ex, no boss will be able to mess with you if you're in this space of centeredness. It's so important. Okay, so then it goes on to say the dark night the dark night shall pass. Okay, so the dark night that humanity is going to go through, because it's not over, guys. We're not done. We're still on this roller coaster ride. It's still wild, but it's going to pass. Okay, and for now, we must rise. We have to rise for the collective. Like, when people are losing their shit, we really have to be there and be compassionate with them. Because think about it for you, when you connected with your spirit, when you connected with your spirit, like, you were probably going through depression, you thought you were crazy, you're like, holy shit, I can see aliens, I can see spirits, or like, why do I feel people's emotions? When you were going into your spirituality, when you were going through your, which anxiety, depression, all of those things are sometimes gateways to spirituality, because we need that dark night of the soul. We don't need it. But as humans, unfortunately, we choose pain rather than pleasure to learn. So unfortunately, that's the way we chose it. Remember, everything is a choice. And so they're saying, for now, you must rise in your power, rise in your light, rise. Okay, so that's the most important thing, and everything is going to fall into place. And allow the awareness to come to you. Let the awareness set in. Make space for the true observing. And the codes are coming in for humanity to rise. Watch them flow into your planet like rainbows in the sky. A time of unity and celebration. Let joy infuse your soul. Move into this rainbow light And so, I mean, that's what, like, the type of wisdom that they're dropping, you know? So these aliens, these starseeds are so advanced. And we are them, you know, so we're advanced too, but we just need to get rid of the stories that we've been holding on to and release the blocks. So that's very, very important. So DJ Fresh 340, if you want to learn how to astral project, our class is tomorrow and we have 4 spots left. So the way that I was able to get this information and basically how I saw this symbol, I got this information many different types of way. By the way, we're all channels, we all have this ability. When I saw this spiral with the pyramid inside, that I saw that in a Syrian temple when me and Honey astral projected into Sirius. Tomorrow I'm going to show a private group how to astral project safely and effectively. And so with astral projection, of course you can go to visit your starseed families, but you can also go to Jupiter and Mars and Pluto because we have these retrogrades and they're affecting us. You know, you might have been feeling more angry than usual. It's because Mars is really big and active right now. And so what I do is I go to these planets, I feel their energy. That's how I do my astrology. I do astrology in a very different way. I don't want to do it like everyone else is doing it, but that's also how I heal my relationship to Mars. That's how I heal my relationship to Venus and to make it more harmonious. So that's what you can do with astral projection. With astral projection, you can also communicate with your spirit guides. You can communicate with loved ones who have passed away. So my uncle passed away in 2018 in February, and I still communicate with him in the astral plane because it's not like when our family dies or our pet dies, they die and it's gone. No, they just leave the physical body, but the spirit continues to exist. It's just death is a form of transformation. And so, you know, I get guidance from my uncle. You can get healing from your ancestors. You can also heal your ancestors in astral plane. You can also connect with your past lives. You can connect with your past lives, so you can visit a past life. So I was a slave in one of my lifetimes, and I used to actually wear like this chain here, and that's why I had a lot of issues with my throat. So I was so uncomfortable. Whenever I had to go up and give a speech to people, I would literally shake, and people thought I was cold or people thought I was crying after it. It was so embarrassing, but it's funny to talk about it now. So I had a lot of throat chakra issues. And so, you know, once I heal that past lifetime, now I'm able to speak my truth effortlessly. You know, I'm able to speak with confidence and comfortably because I did that healing. And again, if maybe you're attracting the same toxic boss at work, or you're attracting the same toxic partner, so that can also be related to a past life sort of pattern that you came into this lifetime with. I have scoliosis, so I have mild scoliosis. That's basically my spine is a little bit curved, and when I was a slave, I would carry a lot of stuff in my back, you know. So like we're born with stuff from our previous lifetimes. So once you heal that, you'll be able to heal your physical body, your emotions, your relationship, your finances, your career life, your confidence, your health, literally everything. And then you can also in the astral plane connect with your future lives. So you can connect, let's say like right now, actually me and Honey are considering moving to Austin, Texas. So we're like, what we're going to do is we're going to astral project. We're going to be like, okay, let's see what our lives are going to look like if we move to Austin, Texas. What will our lives look like if we move to Hawaii? You know, and when we look at it through that lens, imagine how beneficial that is. If you can test out your decisions, if you can see what your life would be like when you're considering decisions, how amazingly valuable would that be? So you can travel into the past, into the future, and then you can also travel into your childhood, because a lot of the blocks that we come in with, a lot of the labels, the fears that we come in with are labels that we got from our childhood. So if you saw your parents fighting over money, then you probably don't have a healthy relationship with money, and your finances are probably not in a good, healthy space because of that. So you can travel to your childhood and you can, you know, heal it, and then it'll affect your finances now. So there's just so many things you're going to do in the astral plane. And so with our class, you're actually also going to learn how to open up your heart chakra, your third eye, your crown chakra, but we're also going to be opening our stellar gateway chakra. So you just heard me explain. Now we have more energy open. Because we're ending this 26,000-year-old cycle, we are having new chakras. This is a spiritual as well as a physical evolution that humanity and you and me are going through. So basically right now your DNA is changing, but also your energetic body is changing. So it's not just that we have one heart chakra. Actually, we have another heart chakra up here, and it's down here. So it connects the throat. It connects the throat and the heart chakra, and it's like a turquoise, like teal-ish color. So we're getting new chakras. We have the Earth Star chakra, which is below the root chakra, that connects us to the core of Mother Earth. Before, we couldn't access certain energies of Mother Earth because we were not ready to work with them, but once that clicked, the 26,000 cycle clicked, now energies are being activated. That's why these portals are being opened like time after time after time, because we're ready to work with this energy. The planet as a whole, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, is ready to receive this energy. So with the Earth Star chakra, that's a new chakra also that we have. So we have the Earth Star chakra and the Stellar Gateway chakra that are being activated right now. And so when we look, and the Earth Star chakra of Mother Earth is located in England. And when we look at the Earth as well, she's changing. There has been so many floods and earthquakes lately. Why? Because Mother Earth is purging, just like our society is purging of all the corruption and all the lies and the hate. Mother Earth is also purging, and so that's why we have this intense like race war going on, and this intense like violence of women, where Vanessa Guillen, if you guys don't know about her, she was in the military. She's 20 years old. She was sexually harassed and assaulted, and like they threw her body somewhere, and there was no even like official search party, and the military is just like not saying anything about it. And that has been happening forever. Women in the military have been raped forever. Black people have been being killed forever, have been like, all these structures have been there forever. All this oppression has been there forever, but now it's finally coming up to the light for it to be purged, and for us to destroy those systems in a peaceful way. We have to try to do in a very loving, in a very high vibrational way, to create new systems, because those old systems never worked, and now we just need to create new systems that are really like fifth dimensional, like very embracing of all people, wherever you come from, whatever you resonate with. This has to be a safe place for you to live. And so that's basically what's happening right now. That's why all our world is going through a crazy roller coaster ride, and it's only going to get crazier. So hang on for the ride, and please remember to step into your power. It's so important, because it's gonna get intense, and that's where we need to step up in our power, and that's where we need to go into the space of centeredness to really be prepared, because people are gonna say one thing, the media is gonna say something else, the administration is going to say something else, then social media is going to say something else. So what is the truth? We're seeing so many versions of the truth, and the only way you're going to see the truth is by going within and using your heart for discernment, but also using your logic for discernment. So it's the alignment between the mind and the heart, which is the spirit, and with your body. That is our gateway to ascension. It's that divine triangle, it's that divine balance. That is so simple, but as humans, we have so many stories and so many like things that, we struggle with. And it's not your fault. If you have self-doubt, if you don't have confidence, if you don't love yourself, it's not your fault. We were programmed not to love ourselves, because when I don't love myself, guess what? I need eyeliner. If I don't love myself, guess what? I need a Botox. If I don't love myself, guess what? I need a new shirt. It's capitalism. It's like, we need to constantly consume something in order for us to feel like we're enough. When we already have, we're already enough. That's the foundation of it. So our foundation is really unconditional love and unconditional acceptance. And when we're in this space of unconditionally loving ourselves and unconditionally accepting ourselves, then we can finally, only from this space where we love ourselves and we accept ourselves completely, our dark and our light, what this eclipse was about, only from this space can we move up. Only from this space can we move up and really unconditionally love each other and unconditionally accept each other. So this whole change, this whole evolution, this whole ascension process, why are the Syrian beings telling us to go within? Because this ascension process for ourselves and for the collective or for Mother Earth is going to start from within. So that is our biggest tool. And that's what you're here to do. So share this video, talk about this with your family at dinner tonight, talk about this at breakfast tomorrow. Just talk about it and plant that seed in their minds, and then they're going to have to allow that garden to flourish. And I'm just here to plant those seeds, and you're here to nourish those seeds, right? You need to see also how are you going to nourish that beautiful garden? You have to constantly be doing this every day. It's not like, oh, hey, Claudia's going live. Let me go watch her and see what she says. It's not like, oh my gosh, she's so inspirational, so motivational. Yes, that's awesome. That's beautiful. But guess what? You need to act. How are you going to act? You're going to meditate. You're going to do the sound chanting. Watch this video again. There were so many tips shared in this video. Watch it again. So do the chanting. Remember, find that tone. And from that tone, that's where you're going to start healing your body, getting the toxins out of your body. Why? Because the tap water is toxic. Your food is toxic. Our air is toxic. Literally, even like the carpet is toxic. There's so many chemicals and everything. So we really need to purge. That's what the Sirians were saying. And these aliens, these ETs, these starseeds, they're here to help us, but they're not going to save us. We are going to save ourselves. You in your sovereignty, you in your power, declaring that you are a powerful motherfucker. That's how you're going to destroy all the illusion in this world. That's how we're going to end all the hatred, all the division. It's from this space of love and complete authenticity in your light. And you need to let your light shine. And you need to allow yourself for your light to shine. And how are you going to do that? By releasing those blocks that are holding you back. That is so, so, so important. Okay. So I spoke a lot, so I'm just going to see if you guys have any questions, or if you guys also have some messages that you want to share. Definitely let me know, because we're all getting messages. Like I said, we're all channels. It's not like, oh, there's a hierarchy. Oh, she's connecting with Isis. No, like we're all on the same platform. Also, when you're connecting with Syrian beings, with Lyrans, with Goddess Isis, or Yeshua, or Archangel Michael, whoever you're connecting with, know that you two are on the same playing field. When you connect with your spirit guides, they don't like it when you put them on a pedestal. Like they don't like that. And so, just you are a god, you're a goddess yourself. So, honor yourself for that. So let me see. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I see one question here. Will you do another class again? So will I do another class again? Are you talking about the astral projection class? So with the astral projection class, I will likely do another class in maybe in September, or in September. To be honest, I don't know how to plan for September, because it's gonna go down. So I'm just trying to make sure that I teach a class that's going to help as many people as possible. So I will teach another class, but I'm not sure when I will teach it. But if you want to join our astral projection class, you can join in the link in our bio. It's going to be tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. PST. We have 4 spots available. Yes, the class is tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. PST, and also on Wednesday. So it's 2 hours tomorrow and then 2 hours on Wednesday. So we're actually going to be astral projecting. We're going to be astral projecting during the class. So tomorrow, I'm not just going to teach you stuff. Like, I'm not going to teach you techniques. No, I'm going to teach you techniques, and then we're going to astral project together. Why? You just hear me say, I care about action. I don't care what you're learning. I care about what you're doing. So in every single class that I teach, my students get results. Why? Because we do it together. Because I focus on results, and results requires action. So someone's asking, do you think the Great Pyramid could also been giant meditating chambers? Actually, yes. I went to Egypt and I was meditating in the pyramids and it was wild. So highly recommend for you guys to go there. You can actually also astral project. You can also astral project into the pyramid. So with astral projecting, it's not just going to the cosmos, you can teleport on Earth. The CIA, the US Army, has been doing this since the 1960s. So go look at our website. So click the link in our bio, and I talk about how the fact that the CIA has created teleporting, remote viewing, biolocation schools since the 1960s. If the CIA is doing it, do you think you should do it too? Do you think it works? It definitely works. So definitely click the link in our bio. Hope to see you guys.